Now, one of the main things that held me back when it came to shaving my head and embracing my hair loss was the fear of what it would do to my dating life. You know, all men will ask themselves this: are they going to be as attractive to women anymore? I asked myself, would it lessen my chances of finding a suitable partner in the future? You know, it does go through your head. I think the way that we as a society are conditioned, we can often be taught that looks define everything, literally everything. Now, I won't say that looks don't make any difference for men. You know, they are important, but they're only one key component. That's what you got to remember. They're one piece of the puzzle, guys. You know, going back to when I first initially shaved my head, inside I knew I felt anxiety, mainly due to the fact that the person in the mirror was someone that I didn't know. It's someone I couldn't identify with. You know, the face that I had seen for 24 years had dramatically changed, and I had to re-identify myself with this new person. Naturally, that came with a lot of anxiety, but I ultimately told myself, if I portray myself as a man who is uncertain and unsure about himself, then ultimately potential women who I could end up dating are going to see that and they're going to sense that. And this will lessen my chances. You know, thinking back initially, I remember some of the girls I knew back then, a lot of them knew me when I had hair, and then they saw the transition to how I look now, and they did poke fun at me at first. I can remember very well. Why? Because some women like to do what I would call a shit test. Now, this is where a woman will say something to see how you react to it. They do this to gauge what kind of man you are. For example, at one point a girl literally commented to me that just because I'm bald, I now look like her father. Literally, she told me straight up, you look like my daddy. And this is where I could have broke down and be like, and I could have ultimately crashed. But I decided I'm gonna comment back, and I commented back saying, well, your father must be one good-looking motherfucker. And this broke the ice. And the reason it broke the ice is because it allowed her to see that I don't give two craps about what her or anybody else thinks, because I'm sure about myself. Even though inside I wasn't, I portrayed that I was, and that ultimately resonated into my mind. I started to believe in myself. Because when you are sure of yourself as a man, that is what leads to a woman being attracted to you. When you portray yourself as a man who isn't afraid to stand up for what he believes in and isn't afraid to stand up for the things he wants. Let me tell you fellas, when you stand up as a man and you are not afraid to stand out, you are damn attractive to women. Because a lot of men are just out there to conform to what society expects of them. Now let's switch it over. There was also one occasion where I did the complete opposite of what I just told you. I remember talking to a girl online. And this was prior to me shaving my head. We had arranged to meet up, but during this stage is where I decided to shave my head the first time around. And the thing I did wrong here is that I literally messaged her to inform her about it. I remember making a huge deal about it. I literally stated to her, look, I don't want to deceive you. I don't want to like catfish you. I made it like a huge deal just because I changed my hairstyle. Literally just because I changed my damn hairstyle. Now, even though she said she was cool with it, in the same breath, I just did myself a wrong because I showed myself to be insecure. I showed myself to be insecure about it, and guess what happened? Yeah, we never met. Because women do not want a man who is unsure about himself. If a man is unsure about himself, then what is he going to bring to her? What is he going to bring to a potential relationship? In the same breath though, I will also say this. When it comes to finding your ideal partner, things such as your looks are merely a surface level factor. You have to remember that. It's how you carry yourself as a man that matters. Now, are you dragging your balls every day, complaining about life and just scurrying along, not really taking chances? Well then, hair or no hair, my friend, you're going to be unattractive to the right female. Realize that as men, what we have on the external means nothing at the end of the day. It means nothing. Now, you could have the best hair, you could have the best damn body in the world. But if you haven't got the balls to stand as you are and say, look, this is me and I'm proud of it, then yes, your dating life, it will suffer. Now forget the fact that you're balding. Forget the fact that your body isn't where you want it to be right now. Start looking in that mirror and realizing that you are as much of a man as you see yourself to be. And when you see that, I guarantee you that the right woman will see it too.